There is really no magic or luck attached to becoming rich or staying broke. Wealth, just like everything else in life, is governed by rules. And if you play by the rules, there is nothing on earth that can stop you from becoming rich. Here are 5 financial mistakes you are probably making that could keep you poor. Excess spending. Now, before you argue that you're working hard to enjoy the best things in life, remember that there are countless athletes who went from earning millions in a week to becoming broke. This is because of the lack of financial management, or more importantly, inadequate financial IQ. It's normal to want to seek comfort. We all seek it. But here's the thing. While leveling up and giving yourself the best, you'll be plunging yourself deeper into poverty if you don't have the means to sustain it. Great fortunes are not often lost in hundreds or thousands of dollars at a time. They are lost $1 at a time. Yes, it might not seem like a big deal to order for a double mocha cappuccino or to have that dinner out, but every little item on that list adds up. In a month, you could be spending up to $100 on frivolities. By the end of the year, around $1,200, which could have gone into extra mortgage payments, would have gone down the drain. Here's my story. As a freshman in college, I noticed I was always getting broke before the end of the month. By the 3rd week, I was already looking out for friends to borrow from. A large percentage of my money went into purchasing extra food and drinks because I hardly slept in my room. My roommates made staying with them an unpleasant experience. By my 2nd semester, I decided I was no longer going to sleep outside and was ready to battle my roommates. Guess what? Within 3 months, I saved enough to sponsor my first web design course, and that was the beginning of my journey towards freelancing. I already had a room, I cooked most of my meals, there was absolutely no need for me to rely on snacks or sleep outside. Trust me, there are areas you can cut down on your spending, but you have to find them. Living paycheck to paycheck. Are you one of those that live from paycheck to paycheck? You can't wait for the month to end because you already have bills to settle. Data from the Federal Reserve revealed that household personal savings rate was just 3.1% as of March of 2018 in the US. Beyond the fact that living from paycheck to paycheck leaves you with zero investment funds, any unforeseen problem could quickly turn into a disaster because you are not prepared. Let's be real, how many missed paychecks do you think that you can survive? If an economic recession hits or you get fired from your job, how many months can you go while looking for another job? Sadly, life can decide to be messy at any time, and you need to stay prepared. Many financial experts recommend having at least 3 months' worth of expenses stored in an account that you can quickly access. Living from paycheck to paycheck also means that you can never become rich. Rich people have their money working for them through investments. How do you expect to invest if you don't have the funds? Start making contributions, ideally 10% of your weekly or monthly income into a savings account. This will grow into a significant sum that you can invest in no distant time. Living on borrowed money. The 3rd financial mistake you are probably making is living on borrowed money. With a good credit score and sufficient income, you can borrow $100,000 and afford to buy a Porsche. With zero credit and low income, you can still afford to borrow to fund a training. With the right connections, you can also borrow and start a business. These are 3 scenarios that will yield different results. The bottom line is that borrowing money is easy, but paying back is hard. Using credit cards to pay for essentials and other frivolities has grown to become normal, but don't become one of those who gets comfortable using their credit cards to pay for everything, from gasoline to groceries and a host of other items. The sad truth is that the interest rates associated with using credit cards for payment aren't totally worth it. You may still be paying back long after you've used the item. When borrowing money, have the mindset that it should be an investment that should provide a return. If you are borrowing to offset a bill, then you probably shouldn't. Borrowing to fund a lavish lifestyle is also not wise. Zero plans. Several months ago, I called my wife to the living room and we had to discuss our wealth creation plan. I stumbled upon the idea while reading earlier. It dawned on me that despite the fact that we were living a fairly decent life, I didn't have any concrete plans to increase my income or become richer. Don't kick yourself if you don't have a plan like me. You can start creating one right after this video. A wealth creation plan is meant to guide you towards becoming wealthy. In your wealth creation plan, you will clearly state how much you want to have in the next 6 months or 1 year, and what you will need to do to get there. As a freelancer, my goal is to make 6 figures in revenue every month. Breaking this down into actionable goals means I need to send out about 5 proposals every day and expand my team to take on more clients. Without solid financial plans, you will not see the need to change your present lifestyle. Your financial future depends on your current lifestyle. Do you have a list of items you need to get done? Is there an important course you need to take to increase your worth? A financial plan helps you to prioritize where your money should go. For example, even though I want a new car and can afford it at the moment, all my extra funds are currently going into building a new business. Putting my wants on hold for a few months to build a potentially profitable business is not going to make the world end. Depending on a single income source. It's general knowledge that one cannot become wealthy from paid employment. Your worth is often determined by your employer, and there is an income cap that you may never be able to exceed. Don't ever fall into the trap of believing that you can become rich and stay rich from one stream of income. I have been hit so hard in this area, and now I am always on the lookout for the next big thing to do. As a younger chap, I saw my dad go from doing very well in the oil and gas industry to struggling to pay the bills at a point. His responsibilities grew bigger, prices grew higher, but his salary did not increase at the same rate. If he had diversified his income at the time when funds were in excess, things may have been different. Anything can happen to your single source of income and your world may come tumbling down. To create sustainable wealth, you must diversify your portfolio. Create dependable streams of income that are independent of your main source of income.